Hello everyone. I hope you are ready for 10 minutes of useless information about SCR. Start the clock. This side of Willowfield Station has 18 rounded windows. All but 2 of the Waterline trains have a 1 in their class number. Stepford United Football Club has the longest station name at 29 characters. The longest one-word station names are Willowfield, Morganstown, and Westercoast. They each have 11 characters. The dispatching and guarding guides were updated for version 2.1.0 to include information surrounding longer trains, but the old 2.0 version is still used in-game. Stepford Central has this little entrance with too many bike racks. It leads to the escalators up to the concourse from the taxi rank. This sign at Ellesmere Junction has an Airlink logo next to Platform 1, despite the fact that Airlink cannot stop there. The roof of the main Angel Pass station is made entirely of triangles and quadrilaterals. From stationary, it takes 57.61 seconds for the Class 390 to accelerate to 125 miles per hour. The underside of the Stepford Central Airlink platforms have an orange-yellow wood texture. There are 6 ticket machines, 6 card validators, and 3 information boards at the east side of Financial Quarter Station. At St. Helens Bridge Station, there is this text on stairs and escalators. It uses a dash and inequality symbol for an arrow. The Guard Operations Guide is the only guide in which the date issued is in bold on the front cover. Stepford Central has the most spawn points at 5. They are Main Approach, Airlink Side, South Concourse, Taxi Rank, and the Arches. Financial Quarter and Eden Quay are the only station names to have the letter Q. The signs at Terminal 1 are in English, French, and Spanish. I'm not sure if physics would be okay with City Hospital's roof. For guards, the training menu has said that signaller trainings are coming soon. For years now. Trainings 2.0 for signallers were initially scheduled to released by the end of 2021, that is over 3 years ago now. At Ellesmere Junction, these Airlink logos on the windows impossibly managed to be the right way around both inside and outside. They should be flipped on one side. Behind each metro hoarding are 3 piles of track ballast, apart from at Stepford Central, where you can find a builder named Dave. SCR only has 2 car models, one of a Tesla Model 3, and the other of a Volkswagen Golf Mark 7 I think. You can find van models at West Wyvern, probably among other places, of Mercedes Sprinters. The Driver Operations Guide still uses the old font for speed limit indicators and whistle boards. These have not been used since version 1.9. Outside Angel Pass Station, there is this large roundabout, with a tree in the middle. Woodhead Lane is the only station with true staggered platforms. A Slockby is staggered, but the platforms do cross over in the middle. Berries at Berrily has at least 6 stories above ground. The 2 separate Class 387 units at Stepford Depot have the same number, 387200. There are actually payphones around the SCR network. You can actually walk on the tracks in the Stepford Depot Connect train shed. There is a staff mess room located in the lounge at Lynn by the Sea, for people ranked dispatchers and above. You access the Lynn Signalling Centre through here as well. Stepford International Airport has an origami-style bird logo. Connect stations operated in conjunction with Transport for Stepford have Transport for Stepford branded signs in front of the stations, not Connect. There are unused signal boxes located at a Slockby and Stara Lock. The signal boxes at Bewley Park, Rayleigh Bay, and Benton are in use however. Probably the most spectacular viaduct is located between Famere and Westercoast. If I have counted correctly, there are 22 arches. This is beaten by the maybe 49 rounded arches on the express viaduct between St. Helens Bridge and Bowdon. This does not include the arches for the roads at St. Helens Bridge and Bowdon, and for Connect near Bowdon. There are 5 benches in Edgemead's waiting room. A bit of the metal trusswork is missing near the other entrance of the Stepford Central ROC. The station name Carnally Bridge has 6 vowels and 8 consonants. Behind the retaining wall at Berrily is nothing. Could these just off of the platforms at West Wyvern be new tracks? No, they are the supports for the new overhead wires. Whitefield Lido Station is actually almost exactly symmetrical. There are 20 market stalls outside of Stepford Central's South Concourse. St. Helens Bridge has 3 digital clocks above the entrances. Willowfield also has this style of clock on the platforms. Leighton West has 20 windows and 2 parking spaces. Stepford Victoria is currently the only Transport for Stepford operated station that only has one operator. Metro will soon, however, begin serving here. Where do you think the biggest platform signs are? There are contenders at the end of some of the platforms at Stepford Central and Stepford Victoria, but Millcastle Racecourse also has some larger than usual signs. Only the lower roof of Morganstown has collisions on. You fall through the top part. According to the signage at Ellesmere Junction, this road is called Bridge Street. There are 6 ticket machines inside Rayleigh Bay's waiting room. It is only possible to walk between Ellesmere Pond and Ellesmere Junction by trespassing, but you can walk from Upper Staplow to Farleigh. And Water Newton to Rosedale Village. The South Concourse entrance of Stepford Central does not have the blue and red branding of Transport for Stepford. Leighton Stepford Road actually has invisible parts that prevent you from jumping into the station. There are offices behind Stepford Depot for the supervisors, the operation director, the signaller managers, and the developers on the bottom floor, and an empty office, and offices for the engagement managers, community managers, the community director, the guard managers, the platform managers, and the driver managers on the top floor. They even each have sofas in their department's color. The Wonky Windows shop or warehouse in Connolly does not have wonky windows, they look pretty straight to me. At Millcastle, there is a fountain on an inclined bridge. You can jump onto the lower roof of this church at Westercoast by jumping onto the bushes and simply jumping across. This cargo ship closest to Newry Harbour Station has 49 containers, if my count is accurate. Terminal 3 station has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 separate entrances. This one is completely unmarked. Is it High Street, or Stepford High Street? Whitefield's platforms now have no connect signage. This is probably a mistake, but it is hard to say. The original Angel Pass station entrance remains, with the station signs remaining, covered by planks of wood, and a sign on where the entrances used to be. I think some of the Waterline information boards still have the original color of Waterline, because the one at Port Benton is a different color. A Slockby has too many parking spaces for the station. The express platforms at Millcastle Racecourse have 5-car Class ATX stopping markers, despite Express never stopping there. At the West Wyvern Church Cemetery, gravestone says that the Class 508s were scrapped, which does not bring me great hope for their possible return on Metro. Benton Bridge Station actually has 2 buildings. The Stepford UFC merch store outside Stepford UFC Station still has the old SCR and Airlink logos. The signalling room at Lynn by the Sea is called the Lynn ROC Signalling Centre. Without the acronym, it is the Lynn Rail Operations Centre Signalling Centre. There is a pedestrian entrance to the Stepford Depot located under the bridge at Stepford East. New Harrow has some of the largest advertising boards in the entire game. The grandstand at Millcastle Racecourse is completely empty. The 5th character in East Beryl's name is a space. This shop's name is Shop Name. These separate bins are probably for separating general waste and recycling. Famir's footbridge have the terrifying gaps between the treads of each step on the footbridge. There are 28 caravans in the park near Starralock Station. Westercoast scenery has remained mainly unchanged since its addition in version 1.4, but it doesn't need it. There are many shops inside the quaint town, some of which are parodies on real shops and brands. There are 12 DMIs inside Coxless Concourse, yet Ellesmere Junction only has 4. The abandoned tracks at Upper Staplow are actually not in the position that they were when in service, as seen in this old footage I took a few years ago. This sign at Westercoast is still in the old Connect font. There are various pubs around the map, including the Staplow Tap at Upper Staplow, the Valley Arms and Railway Tavern at Westercoast. The Railway Tavern is unfortunately closed though. Leighton City has a Cafe by Billy, maybe operated by Pizza by Billy, or a competing company, who knows. Ellesmere Junction is the only station operated jointly by Airlink and Transport for Stepford. Is Water Newton the only station with "Welcome to Bonner Connect" station sign? And finally, in the display settings you can change your distance blur. That's 10 minutes. Thank you for watching all of the way through this video, and see you later.